I'll take, what is a balance bar for $500, Alex? A lot of people keep asking me about this balance bar setup that I use on my 92 Camaro, so I figured I'd make a video. This is Wilwood's universal tandem mount balance bar. This allows you to use a balance bar setup on a bunch of different cars without needing to rely on a pedal box. To use this on another car, you first have to switch to manual brakes. I used a manualbrakes.com brake kit, and I have a video on my channel on how to install that. So let's set up this balance bar. To start, the bar needs about a 1/4 inch of spacing, so that's about 1/8 of an inch on either side of the clevises. Next up is making sure that the balance bar rod is centered. This balance bar uses Wilwood compact remote flange mount master cylinders. For 3rd gen Camaros, 82 to 92 F bodies, the only version that fits is this banjo version. I started off by screwing the master cylinder into the balance bar clevis. The second master cylinder is installed in the same way. The 4 lock nuts are tightened down. So the balance bar main piston needs to be flush with the back of the flange. This way, the brakes won't be dragging and there won't be any excessive pedal play. So that's pretty flush. Now we need to set the master cylinder rod lengths. The front master cylinder needs to be about a 1/4 inch longer than the rear. The reason for this is due to the brake caliper piston size. The front master cylinder is a smaller diameter, but it also feeds a brake caliper with larger pistons. The extra 1/4 of an inch helps move more fluid to the front calipers to avoid any long pedal travel. I adjusted this until I got about a 1/4 of an inch length difference between the front and the rear master cylinder. A balance bar is a threaded rod that's connected to a monoball. By spinning the balance bar rod, the monoball moves left and right. The closer the monoball moves to a master cylinder, the more bias that master cylinder will get. That means you can add and remove brake pressure from front and rear by twisting the balance bar rod. After all that adjustment, I made sure that the back of the main piston was flush with the mount. I enlarged the manualbrake.com brace to allow the balance bar eyelet to pass through it. The pedal rod is secured inside of this Wilwood balance bar, so I no longer need a plate to keep the brake rod from flying out. I lubed up the O-rings, then installed the 2 reservoirs. These have hose clamps at the bottom that tighten them down. The last step is tightening the jam nuts for both master cylinders. My pedal box was removed, so it had to be reinstalled. The manualbrake.com brake plate gets bolted up. Then the balance bar is installed and the bolts torqued down. Some blue Loctite is applied to the balance bar threads. You can adjust these balance bars with the knob inside the engine bay, or you can connect it to a cable like what I have here, which gives you the ability to adjust the brake bias inside of the car. So the brake lines are going to vary from car to car and build to build. I'm not covering that in this video, but that's what I have here, is two 4AN brake lines that feed my ABS unit. So how do you know what master cylinder size to use? Well, it's all pretty simple math. A larger master cylinder moves more volume, but creates less pressure. If you use a tiny master cylinder on a big brake caliper, your brake pedal might move 3 inches before you get any brake bite, which would not be very confidence inspiring. But on the flip side, if you use too large of a master cylinder, the brake effort will be unreasonably high. I'll give you the cheat code. 99% of cars are going to use a 3/4 inch front master cylinder and a 7/8 inch rear master cylinder. Wilwood has everything from 5/8 of an inch for really tiny brake calipers all the way up to 1 1/8 inch for massive brake calipers. This chart is what brake pressure you would expect when using different size master cylinders. This is all assuming that you have a 6:1 pedal ratio for manual brakes and applying 100 pounds of force with your foot. TCE Performance Products has a very good online calculator that you can mess with. It does require some data from your car, like brake caliper piston area, curb weights, brake pad friction coefficients, and the like, but it's a pretty useful tool to use to maybe diagnose good and bad setups for your car. Thanks for watching.